Okay, so we're gonna do this again. Demons hate truth. Uh, so we're gonna have to do this again.
Say we can stop this damn virus. Now, I understand.
Brewster,
We're hoping to hell here you got some kind of solution for us.
we know what you're looking.
Hoping to hell that you've got some solution, right? Now listen very, very carefully to what he says.
For, sir, but Skynet is not ready for a system-wide connection.
Wide connection. Yes, I know English. Means he literally said the word wide. But what does it sound like? Remember how we were all taught with English? Spell it how it sounds, right? Well, wide sounds like the letter Y, but plural. Now follow me on this. The wide is the gate, and broad is the way that goes to destruction. It's the Y names. The Y.
That's not what your civilian counterparts over there just told me. They say we can stop this damn virus. Now, I understand there's a certain amount of performance anxiety over there, but your boys are saying that if we plunge Skynet into all of our systems, it'll squash this thing like a bug and give me back control.
Yeah, because the thing that they want to squash like a bug is the name of Jesus. That's the reason why if you even type into YouTube, Yeshua is the Antichrist, all the recommended videos that come up are Jesus is the Antichrist. Jesus is the Antichrist. Blah, 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 blah. Because this is their whole deception that they're doing. It's insane, but it's true.
All of my military.
Mr. Chairman, I need to make myself very clear. If we uplink now, Skynet will be in control of your military.
Yes, they will be in control. That's exactly it. And everything else that comes after this is a lie.
But you'll be in control of Skynet, right?
That is correct, sir.
Then do it. And Brewster, this thing works. You get all the funding you ever need.
And they call him Rooster because they worship a phallic symbol. You know, there's a whole bunch of, with the Washington Monument, in their whole Ouroboros. It's insane. If you don't know the depths of Satan, I'm not going to go super deep into it, but yeah, this shows it all right here. Oh, yeah, we got execute Y.
Sir? Shall I? No. It's my job now.
Oh, yep, ominous music that they do right here. Oh, just like it's mystical, it's magic, right? Oh, and you're about to see the whole point. God makes he humbles the wisdom of the wise, and his wisdom is foolishness to other people. So he makes this super simple, like a child can understand. Because unless you become like a little child, you shall not enter into the kingdom. The why. It's the why that he presses to execute. Just like it was back in the garden, what Satan did with the woman, where he questioned. He got her, he executed the lie of questioning the truth. Which we know the truth is Jesus, and this is the whole thing with all the Y names. This is irrefutably proven through the spirit of truth. Like, it's so simple. It's like anybody who wants to try and argue this, they're literally just using wisdom of men, where it's like, this is not even my wisdom. This is what the Spirit of God has led me to, and he's like, Colin, you don't need to explain it. Just point out the literal what is being shown before you, because Satan is allowed to rule over this world. They made these movies and all these things, so which is a rhetorical question, why are they showing you all this? Because they're telling you their plans right in front of you.
Skynet defense system now activated.
Past the firewalls, local defense nets, Minutemen, and subs. Skynet fully operational, processing at 60 teraflops per second.
60, of course they use some stupid 6 name again, because it's this. Metatron's Cube, which Metatron is Yeshua. It's the Y. Yep. That's what it is.
Sir, it should take less than a minute to find the virus and kill it. All access
less than a minute. Minutemen, the virus that they're trying to kill is Jesus, which is what this whole system, if you don't know about any of this stuff, like, where is it? Now I gotta go to here real quick. History. Scat made a video. Where is it? No, it's not. Is it that video? No, it's not that video. Yes, it's in this video.
Trial information. She had to drop out when she became a government official, but until 2008, she was a member of the Trial Commission. Of course, she was certainly discredited because of some remarks she made. So they picked another person for the Secretary of State in the United States. His name is John Kerry, and you never guess where he came from. Senator John Kerry, member of the Trial Commission. There's only 87 members. It's always the same people who control the government. That's not the Democrats or Republicans. Let's control this world government, and that's what it's all about. And when you understand that, it all makes sense. They can't let the people know, because they want to use the financial, military power of our country and of your country as well to bring about this world government. And that's what it's all about. And when you understand that, it all makes sense. Otherwise, after war, sometimes we're going to die. He's control. It's coming great war.
A few minutes ago, you were on the edge, I believe, of quoting Barry Goldwater, former Republican U.S. Senator, superior to the political government.
The churches, incidentally, the quotation you just gave came from Barry Goldwater's book, with no America, he taught Christianity. They're going to transform the society. They're going to take control of the financial and the educational, but also of the religious. They use the term ecclesiastical force within our society. Yes, basically they've neutralized Christianity.
Yes, one of the things I wonder whether watering down of the gospel message is something that might possibly have some funding from this source.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, basically, people must understand that the funding for so much of what goes on today comes at least in the United States from a great tax-exempt foundation, the Rockefeller Foundation, the Ford Foundation, the Carnegie Foundation, the Pew Foundation. Fabulous amounts of money, hundreds of billions of dollars are there, and they're disseminated to Christian religious organizations, political organizations, and cultural organizations, but primarily with the religious. So important that they were able to change the message of the Christian church. And as I mentioned earlier, of course, they've certainly infiltrated the Catholic Church, Catholic seminaries, and their agents are working at the highest levels of the Catholic Church today, which is why, of course, the church has protected the band of pedophile priests who've been molesting boys here in America. So in the Protestant church, of course, they've done similar.
Which, if you go read the Talmud, that's actually part of the Talmud. They are allowed, because they say they're Goyim, And it's actually makes them holy for molesting boys. Yes, this all leads back to Jewish Talmudism, the Y names, the Hebrew, the fake Hebrew. It's all part of Metatron's cube. It's all part of Satan's planet, because we don't live on a planet. We live on a plane of existence that God made. And this entity is a usurper. He's a liar, a murderer, and a thief from the beginning. And this is what he does. He lies about everything. And all the power that's given to him is to try to convince you to believe the lie that he tells you.
Similar things. They've changed the message of our Protestant church. People who want to be ministers go to seminaries, and there they learn what they think is the truth. And they don't understand that if you want to change the message of the Protestant faith, or you infiltrate the seminaries, you put your people there who profess to believe in Christianity, but are there to subtly change the message.
Well, I have to say to you that, in fact,
just like how they've subtly infiltrated everything. The Hebrew Roots movement, the BHI, it's just everything, everywhere. This is how it's, you look at the letter Y, it's literally the shape of a serpent's tongue. It's a forked tongue. Double-minded man. This is unstable in all of his ways. This is what they do, is because it's pride. And pride goeth before a fall. And a haughty spirit goes before destruction. Yes, I might have quoted that backwards, but either way, it's still the end goal. This is what they do.
in fact, I covered some of this when I was speaking to Dean Gotcha a few weeks ago, that I actually did part of a ministerial training program. And although I have no idea where the purse strings were held in any of that, my experience was that at the college, the gospel was in many, many ways denied. And it was very difficult to go through that program as a believer with an eye to ministry in the church, and yet find that the gospel was being sidelined, was being denied. Many of the tutors there actually denied such major doctrines as Christ dying for your sins or the resurrection. It was quite an eye-opener.
Well, basically, I'm sure that there are people who enter the seminary with ideas. God brought action against nations that turned against him, and if a nation turned against God, God eventually turned against that nation, as he did repeatedly against his chosen people, against the Israelis, and he destroyed them and allowed them to be carried away as slaves time and again, the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, and of course this is what happened to him.
Which is like the transatlantic trade, where you had white slaves, white people that were from same Israel, same kingdom, that became slaves to Muslim, dark-skinned, different other people. Just like over on a different part of the world, you had same Israelites that were scattered because of their rebellion, that were brought through the transatlantic trade, slave trade, from the west coast of Africa to America. Because you go read the Song of Solomon, chapter 5, Solomon's wife was black and Solomon was white. It's like, it's not about skin color. It was literally always about keeping God's laws and being faithful to God. Those were his people. That it's literally Revelation 14 verse 12. This is the definition of the patience of the saints. This is the definition of who a saint is. Those that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Well, the faith of Jesus at its core was he kept the commandments of God perfectly. Nobody else kept the commandments of God perfectly throughout their whole life except Jesus. This is the reason why he is the chief cornerstone, that the whole church, which means assembly, which means gathering of peoples or believers, which is the Commonwealth of Israel. This is the reason why there's no more Jew nor Gentile. There's no more Israelite or some other different person from one of the nations. No skin color, no black nor white. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the truth and keeping the truth, doing the truth, and living the truth.
Repeatedly, people would turn against God, and they would be taken into slavery, into servitude, and then they'd return to God, and then things would get to be good again, and then they turn against God. Well, that's what's happening in America today.
Yeah, and there's different ways that you can turn against God, like the second commandment. First and second commandment, have no other gods before the Lord thy God, so have no other different names that were coming from Jewish fables or commandments of men, like all the Y names, and have no graven images, which is like all the stuff with the Catholic Church and all this other stuff. It's all these different controlled psyops. This is how the devil works. He does mind games, psyops, he just puts the lie out there like he did back in the garden with Eve, and he's doing the same thing with people now. And then people eat up a lie, and then they go off of it thinking that they're believing the truth. That's what's going on. It's so simple.
America was founded as a Christian nation, and certainly England one time was a Christian nation, but they've changed the teaching of the church. And England is no longer a Christian nation, and America is no longer a Christian nation. And one of the biggest things that they've done is remove any mention of fear of God. God is only love. There is nothing to fear from God. We would never accept the idea that God would bring vengeance upon your nation or upon my nation. But that is my fear. This is going to happen. I think it's only a matter of time before these nations are destroyed, before all the wonderful affluent society we have is destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why the Skynet is coming. Because people are rebelling. Judgment. It's literally like in Terminator.
I need to know how.
Judgment Day. It's Judgment Day.
Skynet gets built. Who's responsible?
The main.
I'm not going to go through all that, but you get the point.